Yo guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another video on my channel here. Now in today's video, guys, I'm going to be bringing you 5 defensive tips that can completely revamp your defense in Madden 22 and win more games. Now guys, quickly before you head into the video, the best comment of the day does go to Froggy with the 2 fire emojis and the OK sign. Really appreciate the support, my man, as well. To every one of you guys, the support has just been incredible. You guys are just absolutely amazing. What can I say? And then finally, guys, if you guys want to check out my 2 most recent videos, they are going to be in the top right of the screen right now in the card. But guys, without further ado, let's go ahead and let's move into the first defensive tip. All right, guys, so here we go. This is going to be the first defensive tip, and is going to be ordering your depth chart. This is going to save you a lot of time in terms of making substitutions on defense. What we're going to be doing here is we're going to be heading over to the coaching tab if you're in practice mode, and it is going to be the depth chart. Now, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be focusing on a few key positions, and those positions are going to be slot wide receiver, rush left end, rush right end, rush DT, and slot cornerback. Those are going to be some of the biggest ones. Also, you have sub linebacker, but we will address that. But basically, what you guys are going to do is in your slot wide receiver position, we're going to first talk about that. Make sure you have your best receivers in these positions. I personally like to go by overall or by abilities, so let's just say I have Adam Thielen on my team in regs. He does have slot apprentice as well as slot o-matic. So obviously he's going to go in this number 1 position. But since I don't have him, we're going to be putting Nelson Aguilar in this number 1 spot. And then in terms of the number 2 spot, I'm going to put Kendrick Bourne. And number 3, I'm going to put Jacoby Myers. Now, this specifically pertains to offense. These are going to be the 3 receivers that are going to be on the field if you come out in 3 wide receiver sets, such as Gun Tray, Y Flex, Gun Strips, tight end, Gun Bunch. Pretty much, you know the drill. Now, this is going to be where it pertains to defense. Rush left end, first of all, I would recommend either putting a left end in this position. Like if you have JJ Watt, for example, on your team, he is a left end. Go ahead and put him here. But if you don't have someone like that on your team, go ahead and put a really good left outside linebacker here that can get to the pass rusher. Matthew Judon is perfect in this spot, so we're going to play him right here. And then at right end, it's pretty much the same thing. Just play either your best defensive end or a right outside linebacker that can rush the quarterback. So Chase Winovich will be in this position. Rush defensive tackle. I like to go ahead in anybody that I did not use in my rush right end or left end spots. I like to put them in these first 2 spots right here. These are going to be the defensive tackles that will be rushing. If you're running, for example, big nickel over G, they have 2 defensive tackles. So these are going to be guys that are going to be in the middle, in the nosebleeds. So you see right here, we have Lawrence Guy and Dietrich Wise. We did not use them in the rush left end or right end spots. So they're going to be right here. And then you pretty much know the drill as well. What rush left end, rush right end. These are going to be the defensive ends coming off the edge in the defensive formations. Now, in terms of slot cornerback here, this is another really important one. These are going to be what cornerbacks are going to be on the field. So what I like to do what I like to do is I like to put my best cornerback in this position. So where Jonathan Jones is. So we're going to throw Stephon Gilmore in the spot. And then second, I'm going to throw my second highest rated cornerback. So we're going to go Jonathan Jones right here. And then I'll put my 3rd highest rated cornerback, which is going to be J.C. Jackson. So pretty much this is how I do my depth chart. This is going to save you a lot of time in terms of making substitutions, and will make sure that you have the right personnel on the field. And it could make a difference between getting a pick and the opponent scoring a touchdown. So now, guys, we're going to be moving on to into the second defensive tip. All right, guys, so here we go. This is going to be the second defensive tip, and it is going to be to sub safeties in at linebacker. Guys, this is very, very huge. The reason why you want to do this here is because it allows you to get more speed at the linebacker position, and it will allow you to get more picks, and you'll be able to cover more of the field. Now, how to do this within the depth chart, you go to the sub linebacker position, and then really what we want to focus on are the first and second linebackers right here. This position is going to be your middle linebacker, so the guy that's going to be in the middle. I recommend going ahead and putting your user in this spot. So we're going to use our Devin McCourty in this case. We're going to go ahead, we're going to throw him at this number 1 spot. And then number 2, I like to throw another safety that has speed and some height. So we're going to throw Kyle Duggar. He'll do a pretty good job. And pretty much right here in this 3rd spot, it really does not matter. You could throw like your best linebacker here, Donta Hightower, to get a little bit of that big hitting power on the field. But the reason why you want to do this, guys, is because it allows you to cover the field better, and it allows you to basically, just cover the field better. And safeties have higher change of direction ratings, higher speed ratings than linebackers, and then also safeties animate this year. So it's definitely recommended Then you go ahead and throw a safety at linebacker if you want to be successful on defense and cover more of the field and get user picks. Now, if you go ahead and sub in, remember, if you sub in your number one safety at either the free safety or strong safety position in that sub linebacker, you are going to go ahead and have to sub in another safety in his position or a cornerback. So we're going to sub in Adrian Colbert right here. Now, he is going to be the starting free safety. And then as you can see, Adrian Phillips is the starting strong safety. So that is going to be tip number 2. Now we're going to move into tip number 3. All right, guys, so this is going to be tip number 3 right here, and it is going to be pertaining to your defensive line. So the tip is going to be to slant your defensive line outside into pass commit. This will allow you to get better block sheds on defense. Now, also, another thing I like to do is I like to pinch my defensive line when I do that, but we will be talking about that in another tip. But basically right here, what you're going to want to do is with your defensive line to slant them outside is going to be left on the D-pad and up on the right stick. And then to pass commit is going to be right bumper and up on the right stick. And we're also going to pinch them as well. The reason why we like to do this, guys, is because it gives us better block sheds on defense. And also as well, if you want, we're going to be talking about another tip involving your user player. So pretty much here, we're just going to hike the ball. And you're going to see right here that the block sheds, as you can see, 3 people came free, and it was a pretty quick pass rush. And you're seeing right there that those guys were able to get free, and we were able to get very good block sheds. But now, guys, we're going to be moving on to the 4th defensive tip. All right, guys, so this is going to be defensive tip number 4 right here, and it is going to be to blitz your user defender. Now, how to do that, you're going to be pressing A and down on the right stick if you're hovering over the player. So you see right here, I have Devin McCourty. He is right here. I'm hovered over him. Basically, when you go ahead and blitz your player, it not only will get you better block sheds on defense, but it will also give you more agility and change of direction to cover more of the field. So if he's in a zone, like if he's in a hook curl zone, he's going to move a lot slower as opposed to if he was in a blitz. It's a very weird thing in Madden, but you're going to be able to cover more of the field with this tip right here. Very, very simple. But if you don't go ahead and blitz your player, you could possibly get pancaked on defense as well. Your defensive lineman will just go down really easily. So it's just an overall very good tip, and it's definitely recommended if you want to get user picks as well as not get pancaked on the defensive line. But now, guys, we're going to be moving on to the 5th and final tip. All right, guys, so here we go. This is going to be the 5th and final tip, and it is going to be pinching your defense. Now, this is actually going to be saving you an adjustment. So how to pinch your defense, you're going to press the right bumper and down on the left stick. Now, you're seeing right here what this is doing. It's basically saving you an adjustment, because not only is it pinching your defensive line and your linebackers, but it also is pressing your DBs. Now, if you want to go ahead and run man coverage, pressing is definitely very, very good for doing that, as well as shading over the top, which is winding up on the right stick. Basically, if you go ahead and pinch your defense, you don't have to pinch your defensive line, slant outside, and then press. You could just go and press the right bumper, flick the left stick down to pinch your defense, and then the press adjustment will just do that for you, and it will save you an adjustment and save you time. But guys, pretty much that's going to do it for today's video. Hope you guys have enjoyed. If you did, please make sure to smash that like button. Let's try to smash 5 likes. You guys are awesome. Take care, but most importantly, stay classy.